and that the support they give me is for that value.
Yeah.
But prior to that, man, I couldn't deal with it. I didn't know how to. Like I'd get lots of gifted subs, or I'd get like a donation, and I almost felt guilty, you know?
Yeah.
Like I almost felt like, what have I, like I'm sitting in front of, you know, somebody who worked in like a labor industry, I built houses, and, you know, I did a bunch of other careers before that. Like I worked in marketing for a little bit as well. And, like, what am I doing? Like, that's hard here. Like, I'm fucking playing a video game, chat shit. Like,
and people are giving you monthly.
Like,
yeah.
What? Like,
hey, she's a beauty.
Welcome to Tarducks, a podcast for content creators to come share their experiences, stories, and advice. And today I am super happy to have a new Australian come into the pod. Coltz, welcome.
thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
Excellent. All
Thanks
right.
for having me. Nice to meet
No
me.
problem, man. So what we normally do is we start off with a few rapid questions to get the juices flowing. So are you ready?
Yeah, happy days.
All right. So as a little kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
At first I wanted to be a professional. Oh, you guys would call it soccer player, or a cricketer,
Yeah. Okay. All
like
right.
an athlete.
Yeah.
yeah. So.
All right. Favorite thing about where you live?
Just the tropical climate, man. I'm
Yeah.
a beach, like, outdoors guy. I'm not as much as I can, so I love it.
Excellent. What do you like to do when you go to the beach?
I grew up like around a surfing family and stuff, man. Like my parents, actually, I can't say that's all they did. It was like a military into that. Long story. But anyways, I grew up, like, my childhood was on the Gold Coast.
Wow.
So early childhood was like a lot out in the waves and like surfing behind boats and stuff like that. And I was very lucky in that sense. So I just go out in the waves, man. I get amongst it. I love
Excellent.
it. Just let the sea take me. It's good.
Any close encounters with any sharks or anything like that?
I have had a couple in my time, but none like in recent years at all. I haven't been enough, to be honest. But
All right.
yeah, I've had a couple in my time, but like nothing like too super. Like I was, thought I was gonna die, but just scary seeing them close.
Wow, I bet. Holy cow. All right, so the last one. Going out to your favorite restaurant, what are you getting to eat?
I'm a Mexican fan, bro. I
No
absolutely
way.
love Mexican food.
Hang
Yeah,
on, a Mexican fan in Australia.
Yeah, like we have a big chain here. It's called Guzmani Gomez, like GYG. And if you're an Aussie, like especially Queensland Aussies, I know Red Ops like froths it as well.
Yeah.
And, like a lot of the guys I know that play Tarkov and stuff, they froth it. I absolutely love GYG, man. Like Mexican food, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm a sucker for a burrito, sucker for a good set of tacos, mate. Happy days.
Oh, excellent. So here's a little tip. So where I work, we have this hole-in-the-wall Mexican joint. And been going there for years, and what we get is I used to get the pork burrito, but went in there with a buddy. He said, ask for the pork plate. Basically, it's everything in the burrito without the tortilla. And it's good. They just give it on the plate, you mix it all up, and you don't have to deal with the tortilla. The extra calories of that if you're watching.
That's what they do. Burrito bowls here.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I guess that's probably like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, they do the rice, they do everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like burrito, but no tortilla. Yeah,
it's good. Yes.
A chicken burrito bowl, mate. It's a play.
Excellent. All right. So happy belated birthday, first of all.
Oh, cheers, man. Thank you.
Yeah. How old did you turn?
I turned 42.
Shut up.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah. Nah, it's like a meme with chat. I've never actually told anyone my age. I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, nice.
But I've only been on the platform for like 18 months.
Wow.
And since I first started, I've had people trying to guess my age, and I just never say it. But I'm like in my 20s. Chat's just kind of landed on, like, they're just like, you're 25 now. I don't care what you say. Like, you're 100% 25. But I was like, oh, you might be close.
There we go.
I don't know,
Excellent.
I just joke around it, but I always say 42 as a meme. So
excellent. All right. Well, you're still a puppy. All right. So, what did you do before you streamed?
Most recently, before I streamed, I was a builder. I built houses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just like new build houses, so you start with a slab and build them up.
Yeah.
I was finishing my construction ticket, like carpentry license here.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to finish it. I moved to the area I actually live in now.
Yeah.
I wasn't previously in. I actually moved here like a couple of years ago. Like what it'd be? Yeah, it'd be 2 years ago. Because I got offered like a contract to finish my builder's license down here for like at least about 3 years worth of work, building like new build houses and like developments around here.
Yeah.
With a new crew, my mate's crew, and I started. I got about, I think it was like 3.5, 4 months in, and then they pulled the plug on us. Like the corporation that was doing it.
Yeah.
So the company was like running really thin on work. The crew.
Oh shoot.
And there's a big thing in like trade industry if you're like you last hired, you first let go sort of thing. So and like a lot of the other blokes had families and stuff they were relying on and shit. So yeah, it was just the way it went. And I just sort of landed in streaming. So I had just, because this is the first place I've ever lived in, like this area in my entire life that's had like reasonable internet that I could actually like stream. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a crack like casually. And I started like learning Tarkov, like coming from a FPS background growing up, like in games that I played, like CS and stuff. I just picked up Tarky and just, I don't know, gained popularity within a couple of months, enough to make a little bit of money. And they were like, oh yeah, you know, you should give it a crack full time. And my mate's like, oh, why not? Like, you're looking for work. And I was like, oh, okay. And then so I decided to give it a red hot go, and come out.
Holy cow!
I don't know. I was able to maintain it, man. I lived off savings a fair bit from my obviously like prior, like for the first few months, and then been full time now about like I think about 18 months.
That's fantastic. So now we talk. Start with video games. What were your earliest memories of video games?
Dude, I was like, it's crazy. I was actually talking about this the other day with chat. It was I love these kind of conversations. Nostalgia. I'm a big like sucker for nostalgia, man. One of my first games I ever played, I remember I was a little kid and I got onto I think it was my uncle's computer, or I can't remember where it was, and it was like a dinosaur hunting game, Carnivores or something like that. Or, like it was like you know like Call of the Wild, but it was like Windows 98 or some shit like that, and you were just hunting dinosaurs. It was wicked, man. I was like this little kid, like I just have like a real clear memory of it. And then after that it was like Half-Life and like Gorky 17. Have you ever heard of that before?
No, I haven't heard that one.
So I figured this one out the other day. It was like a turn-based game, like real niche. Stuff like that, and then like Age of Empires, and I don't know, just progressed from there, man. Like,
oh wow,
the original Alien vs Predator and stuff like that. Like I was just this little kid, dude. Like, but my grandfather was like really into tech, and like taught me to build a PC when I was like mad young. So,
oh, excellent.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And then over the years, what have been some of the favorite games that stuck out for you?
Halo 3 was my first one I got super buried into. Like I played like FIFA and stuff on the PlayStation and stuff like growing up, like just here and there. But I was a outdoors kid, so like I played games as much as I don't know you'd think kids would at that time. I just kind of like mix it up between I was either out on my bike or like playing sports or something, and then I'd play games at night sometimes. But Halo 3, I remember I got an Xbox 360. I saved up enough, and I bought one around my birthday. Like I got the extra money from my parents, the final little installment that I needed to buy my Xbox. And I was super bloody excited, and I got Halo 3 because my friends at high school had already been like, it was my first like year or two of high school. My friends had already been playing it like for a while. And I got that, and I remember I was so G'd up, and I scratched somehow when somebody knocked the Xbox over and scratched the disc. So my first copy of Halo 3, I could only load like half of the maps, so I got to play bugger all because like I played heaps, but any time it would load a map that my game couldn't load, I'd get kicked from that lobby and I'd have to search again.
Oh no.
Which made playing with mates like super hard at first until I saved up enough to buy like another copy.
Oh jeez.
But I went really hard on that. I loved Halo 3. I actually fell in love with competitive gaming because of that game, because they were doing the MLG like pro circuit at the time with like Halo 2 Pro Circuit had just like closed, and then Halo 3 was like kicking off and stuff. And they had like Final Boss, Triggers Down, like all that sort of stuff, like Straight Rippin' and stuff like that. Like all the pro teams, they really franchised the hell out of it.
Yeah.
It was just so cool to watch at the time, man.
Cool.
I loved it. It was great. So.
And now, did you compete as well, or you were just following it?
It really wasn't big in Australia.
Yeah.
We didn't have Australian servers or anything like that for like any of that sort of stuff. You'd be lucky enough to get an Australian host for a lobby here and there. But I just played MLG playlist on like North American ping and just dealt with it. Man,
Yeah.
And just like chased high ranks and stuff for a while. And then from there, graduated into like COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. Now, when did you move? Oh, sorry.
No, you're right.
I said, when did you move into the PC realm of things?
I moved into the PC realm of things after Modern Warfare 2 kind of died off.
Yeah.
So I played like the early Black Ops and stuff like that, but I was definitely like graduating towards like PC and like Counter-Strike and stuff like that by that time, because Modern Warfare 2, I just felt like nothing really topped it for me.
Yeah.
I played that like while I was in high school, and I was like on track to, continue my career as an athlete and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was, like, that's my goal in school. I was like, I'm going to be a professional athlete. So like, I'll fucking do that. But I played shitloads of games. I probably didn't like being a kid. I was just like, I was either playing sport or like I was playing games.
Yeah.
I played a shitload of Modern Warfare 2, and I kind of popped off a little bit with it on the YouTube side, because that was when the montage stuff was like kicking off big time and stuff. I don't know if you know much about, but like the trick shot scene and the sniping scene, and the kill feeds and stuff. So I saved up enough money from a part-time job that I was working in school to buy a HD PVR. Yeah. And I started recording all my gameplay, and I started making montages on that and trick shots and things like that. And then I ended up joining like everyone knows about FaZe Clan, but there was like Era Clan, which was like a big one as well. Yeah. They weren't as big as FaZe, but they like kicked off and they were doing all right. I ended up as like one of the first Australian like kids in that crew, and like had like a bit of popularity and stuff. And I started getting sent like controllers and like Microsoft points, and this is before like they were really monetizing it, but we were getting like sponsored stuff. And I was like, I don't know, like 15, 16 or something like that. And then and then I don't know, that just kind of like fell out. I just stopped taking it seriously, I guess. And like I was just a kid, so I didn't really care too much. But I really enjoyed it. And then, I don't know, Modern Warfare 2 kind of like died off, and I just, graduated to PC and went to CSGO. So.
Oh, shoot. That's cool. Now, what was your main sport, soccer or playing cricket?
Yeah, soccer, yeah.
Soccer was the main.
Yeah, I played cricket like mostly through high school, but I didn't continue. And then I played soccer coming out of high school. Like I played rugby, like rugby league's really big over here as well. So I played that throughout school as well. When I wasn't training, like I just played as much sport as I could. Yeah. And, I just loved it. Loved being active and competitive and stuff. So I did a bunch of that. But yeah, soccer is the one I like pursued. I ended up getting like a college scholarship to go play over in the States and stuff.
Oh wow!
But I didn't end up going. I got injured. That's the whole like cliche story of like, everyone says like, oh, I could have been a pro, but then I got injured and stuff. Like that whole thing. So
now,
I hurt myself, and that was it.
Oh, that's awful. And now, when you were growing up, as a kid, were you guys just like, was soccer the pickup game that you got together and play with your buddies, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like I remember like, cause I don't know, the way I guess when I talk to people about like growing up, man. Yeah. I think I'm one of those people that I was very, 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 very fortunate within like my own sort of country and area to have a variety of experiences growing up. Yeah. So like, to explain it all, like sometimes I tell people like, oh, hey, I've done that. And then it's like, oh, hey, I've done that too. But they're like, what, haven't you done something? Like it seems a little bit like ridiculous. Yeah. But I just think, that's why I get real hesitant talking about it, because I think it almost sounds like I'm just making shit up. Because, like, for example, it takes a little bit of a backstory, but like my dad's side of the family were farmers from Tasmania, where Slush is from. And they ran like massive farms and properties over there. And then when they moved over to like the mainland, they like worked like a bunch of their sons. So my dad and his siblings joined the military and stuff. And then after the military, they, like, because they joined young, And then after that, they worked in like the industrial area, like that sort of stuff. And then from there, my grandparents who used to run properties continued to run properties, but like they went out west and did it. And they just ran huge like farming like conglomerates for people. They basically just managed their properties, like they were the on-hand management. So because with all my grandfather's knowledge in farming and stuff, they'd end up running like big cattle farms and stuff like that. Wow. So while when they first moved over, though, they were living on the Gold Coast, and that was like my early childhood when I was born and stuff. Yeah. And they went from like military, like farmers, to like they got really into the surf scene for a few years. Oh wow! And as I was growing up, I grew up in like they ran like a Combi Club, you know, like VW combis.
No.
Oh, we call them combis here. What do you guys call them? They're like the, you know, Volkswagen.
Yeah, okay, the Volkswagen, like minivans. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we call them combis here.
Okay.
And they ran like a Combi Club. So it's like tie-dye T-shirts, surfers.
Yeah.
Like that's my dad's side of the family.
Awesome.
Like, we're in a Combi Club. So that happened for like a few years when I was like young as. And then my dad joined the military again, and then that's when like my family like moved away from everyone else, and we moved around the country and stuff. But every school holidays, I would go out to my grandparents' properties that they were managing and just work and like learn. Yeah. So my entire like childhood, I guess, was like a mix of like the beach, sport, and then I would be like working like on a property. So like I learned to drive really young. I learned to shoot. I learned to hunt. I learned to do crazy amount of stuff like really young. So
that's awesome to be exposed to so really much. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's like it almost doesn't sound believable. Like I think it kind of helps to stream me because I can relate to like a lot of different lifestyles. Because like I kind of that got me started working early. Like I was working all through high school. I tried a bunch of different careers, done a bunch of different jobs. Like it's even out after school and stuff. I went to uni for a little bit. I didn't do that. I didn't follow through with that. Yeah. And then I changed to something else. And yeah, I just tried shit, man. I'm a big believer in like, fuck, you know, I'm like young. I'll just give everything a crack. So I just got stuck in.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you're young. Try it now before you get older and family and kids, and try everything now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So I played soccer, and then that got hurt doing that, and then landed in some other stuff, and did a bunch of I've had like a few different careers, to be honest. My most recent one, like I said before, this was building.
Yeah. So. Oh man! And now you're in one now, and are you enjoying the content creation side of things?
Man.
Yeah,
I love it so much. It's yeah, I can't. I get fired up talking about it. It makes me smile. It's so good.
Oh, it's excellent. Well, that comes across when you're streaming. When you're streaming and whatnot, your positivity just comes across, and you look like you're enjoying what you're doing.
Oh man, I'm just lucky to be here. To be honest.
Yeah.
I think what really helps me with that is. Like I've been in places and careers that I knew I wasn't enjoying. Yeah. And some of them even led me to like points where like leans more towards the mental health side. Yeah. Like not being here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, now I'm here, and now I'm like, mate, I'm doing something like I get to have a positive impact on people wherever I can. I can share, I can talk about my life experiences, what helped me. Yeah. And people can take stuff from that. That's a bloody beautiful thing, man, honestly. It's so cool because you know, you just, you know, we're all in this virtual space together. Might be in different parts of the world, but we're, you know, even right now with yourself,
I know
we're here, we're talking, we're in this virtual space. Like, how else would this happen? Yeah. And it means, like, right now, at least for now, you and I, like, we're safe.
Yeah.
And we got time. Like, at least for now. And that's that's something to be thankful for, man. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing, you know. I always say to people, like, I bet you look around your room right now, or wherever you're sitting, like, you can probably find some things to be thankful for, you know. And,
absolutely.
I believe like you can build strength on those things, like foundations. You know, you can you start with like, this is like the shit I have to be grateful for, and then build up from that. Yeah, and it's a good way to start, I think. Yeah, so
and
help me.
Whatever has happened in the past, that's behind you. You can't go change that. You just look forward and build off that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, like that stuff will build you. And shape you, but it doesn't define you. That's the difference. Is like, the only thing that can define you is like what you're doing right now and tomorrow and the next day and like going forwards. Because like I've definitely been shaped. There's no word of like 100% been shaped by my experiences. And some, especially the darkest ones.
Yeah.
You know, especially that's the whole reason I can be like this is that's why I talk about the mental health. That's why I'm a big that's why I talk about in this way that I talk now.
Yeah.
Is like I wasn't I didn't talk like this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like it shaped me, but it hasn't defined me sort of thing, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's the whole mental health aspect of things is just, especially from a content creation side, what you see, people are streaming and they're streaming by themselves. They have no human interaction back and forth, and that over time, that's got to wear on people. You're doing this, 6 days a week or even more. It's crazy.
Absolutely, that's the same with doing anything, really.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in I don't know. I think I realized in the last couple of years a lot is that we're one of the few species on the planet, man, that we were put here and we're capable of experiencing and feeling and understanding emotions and love and kindness and warmth and things like that. We're one of the few species. There's definitely animals that do and stuff like that, but the way that we understand it, there's just no other species that do on that level. I think there's a reason for that. We're put here to do that shit. We're put here to love. We're put here to put warmth into the world and kindness and stuff like that. Why else would we have these complex abilities and emotions? It's crazy to me. So I stopped trying to, I guess, suppress that stuff. And I'm more about fuck man, if I can make other people feel good, turns out I feel good.
Yeah. Don't hold it in. Let it out, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Oh, that's cool. Excellent. And now, from a streaming side of things, your buddies, told you to jump into it. What was that first time you hit the go live button? And that first person came in.
I think I remember. I was just learning Tarkov, and I'd played a couple of games off stream, and then I started it, and I was just doing a pistol run. Because I was scared. I had gear fear, just you play Tarkov, but I was oh my god, I don't want to lose all this crazy stuff in my stash. I'll just take a pistol. I remember I think I was on reserve for some reason. I went on reserve really early, and I head tapped this guy that had crazy amount of gear with a pistol, there was just one or two people in my chat, and they were oh wow, that was crazy, and then we just started talking from there. It sparked conversation. And they were oh, what did you do before? So I was oh, I used to build houses, and then it just gradually got easier because I guess the way I am now, talking to you in my own room and stuff like that, people think I'm an extrovert, but you can ask the guys that I met down at DreamHack. I'm actually I'm pretty bloody quiet. When I'm around people, I'm pretty reserved, and I'll let people talk and a lot more and stuff like that. And I'll just listen. Whereas I don't know, I just get in this sense now, and it's been created by streaming where when I'm in on camera and stuff and I'm doing this, it's I'm just a lot more comfy because I'm in my own house. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, but that definitely helped. Just something happened in the gameplay and that sparked the conversation, and then from there it was I just learned how to talk to people more and in that sense, and I don't know, people just kept coming in, dude. It sort of went from there. I feel those people might have spoke you just get those lucky word of mouth people and stuff like that. And I think within I don't know a couple of months, my view average was it was going up and up and up.
I guess in a way, people who are streaming live, you're almost you can either be the head cracker and just focus on your gameplay, or be that storyteller streamer, or just be there for the community. And if you're that type of streamer, you're more like a bartender at a local pub. You're just there, come talk, share your stories, and give your advice, and just chill and hang out.
Yeah, happy days. Yeah, no, that's pretty spot on actually. People like to have a yarn, especially on the internet. I think, I don't know, obviously, we're all aware of, with COVID and stuff like that, we're all aware of, the isolation that comes. But I think, personally, I think that isolation exists not just because of lockdown. I think that technology is a beautiful thing, man, but it also creates isolation for us because it's a way that we think we're interacting by watching stuff happen and typing and stuff like that. But it's it's very rare that we're actually having a genuine interaction a lot of the time. A lot of it's very surface level.
Yeah.
A lot of it's very superficial, and a lot of it's very fabricated too. Like a lot of you know, I mean I learned that in another industry I worked in, and before I decided to go back to finish the building stuff, and it's just the surface level conditional terms of that attention, I guess, and love. I mean, I wouldn't call it love, but you know, like it wasn't unconditional love. It wasn't like a real interaction, and you know, I guess the industry I worked in, the person I was dating at the time, like they were very big on social media. Like they were huge into their social media.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
They're like one of the influencers, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know, she got a lot of superficial attention, and then I met a lot of superficial people through her being like Instagram or whatever, and like met like people who did that as a lifestyle, and just really learned that like a lot of those people, or at least the ones that I met, I can't speak for everyone. I don't believe in like generalizing a whole bunch of people based off one thing, but at least a majority of the people that I met through that were very. There wasn't much to them.
It was fake.
Without their, yeah. I mean, I don't want to call them fake people. I just feel like maybe they just didn't have depth outside of their social media existence.
Yeah.
And you take that away, and I feel like it's, you know, it's nothing to be like, hey, you suck as a person, you're fake, you're shit. It's just like, I don't know. They just probably just didn't have a lot going for them, so they clung to that attention and that and. You know, it wasn't a, you know, there was nothing stimulating about them in a conversation and stuff like that if they weren't talking about their likes and things like that.
Okay.
And a lot of the time, like I said, how they looked as well. Like there's so much fabrication on social media. It's like, it's crazy.
So. Oh, yes. Oh, God, yes.
The people in person, it's wild.
Yeah. And the thing that carries into streaming, or you know, in your communities, is you have people who are come there every day, and you know, it really was over COVID too. You saw these people; they had nowhere to go. They came into these streaming communities and Twitch and whatnot, and you created friendships and bonds. And you know, now years later, you know them, or they know you better than their own IRL friends, probably.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that and yeah, I mean, I went down a little bit of a negative route there, but yeah, more to the point of what you were saying. Yeah, it's yeah, like without going on the tangent about the negative side of it, the real side of it is I think that Twitch, especially streaming, the more real you are, the more people tend to be real with you.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, like there's people who their whole business model as a content creator is they play a character, which is a different story, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's the safety, I guess, the safe feeling and the feeling of like a sanctuary, I guess, that's created by the content creator, that people feel like they can open up a little bit, or like at least just feel like they're safe to speak.
Yeah, because they're in their homes, they're in their comfort, so it's that you know, instead of like out at a bar or a mall or something like that where they could be judged or criticized just by onlookers or whatnot. Here, you know, it's a comfort area, I guess. Yeah,
I think it also the cool thing about Twitch is or just streams and content creation in general is if you're somebody, I think what you notice is if you're somebody who truly values humans for being humans, regardless of like their characteristics, you're judging them based on their character, right?
Yeah.
Like let's say for example, if I was to meet somebody in person, I would judge them based on how their actions towards me and others and their character and their demeanor and things like that, right? I think if you're already because there's definitely people who don't do that, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, that's how the world works sometimes. But if you're somebody who was like, I think a lot of the content creators that were raised with those values and stuff like that, or at least have those values now, they're the ones that will invite more conversation because they're not judging based on face value or anything like face value or anything like that, and people feel like they can just have a genuine conversation. Like it's so cool when I did when we did the meetup for Fortress in Melbourne for DreamHack, and like I got to meet a lot of my viewers and some of my mods and stuff. Yeah. And like it's like, this is what this person looks like. Yeah. This is like, but this is the same person I've been having conversations with. Yeah. And it's like, it was so cool, man. It was like some people were just like completely different to what I expected them to look like. but at the same time, and that's not like a.
It's just what you
didn't
picture in
make
your head.
A precursor. Yeah, it's just what you picture. Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't help it. You naturally do it, right?
Right.
And I met these people, and I'm like, we had the greatest time, just like catching up, and it was just so cool. Like, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it is, I think obviously people can portray characters online, especially if they're just a username in chat.
Right.
But I feel like your loyal-ish viewers, I guess, the ones that are returning, the ones that you develop sort of like a bit of a vibe with over time.
Yeah.
It really does like bring that human side of stuff to the forefront. You know, you like I think the best example for me, my favorite example, is when I hear about people's journeys at the start and then further down. So I've had like 5 or 6 community members, either maybe even 7 now, have families whilst watching me in the last 18 months. It's so cool, man. Like I genuinely like get emotional thinking about it, because it's like these people have been watching me, supporting me the whole time, but they've got their whole life happening right now. You know what I mean? Like there's all this stuff happening in their world, and they're taking time out to watch me every day. But like they've just had their first fucking kid, man. Like, do you know how cool that is? That's amazing. And like I feel like this vibe towards it. I'm like, mate, you've been supporting me so long. Like, you're such a gem. You make this possible. Like, and now you get this like piece of happiness, this beautiful thing. Like you've had a kid. That's amazing. Like, it makes me so happy. And like, I've got a couple of guys that are on like weight loss journeys. Yeah. And they'll like give us an update here and there. And it's like, mate, it's just the coolest thing. Like, I'm a big person of like, I don't know, like we talk about the emotions and human beings and stuff like that, man. I don't know about you, but like when I see human beings like triumph or like, you know, like overcome things or hit goals and stuff like that, like, mate, I get way less emotional and freaked out about my own like victories than I do about like people. You know what I mean? Like, you just you see someone like genuinely achieve something, or hear about someone genuinely achieve something, and then you think like, mate, I might just hear about it in Twitch chat, but I'm like, it takes me there. You know, it takes me to that point of like, oh, holy shit, like they must be feeling like this and stuff, and like I fully like, I guess, empathize in that sense, but in a good way. And it's it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a really cool. It's one of my favorite feelings in the world. Is just seeing other people triumph, and then like you just get hit with this like emotion that's like that. Like, there's no explanation for it other than just like you're just happy for them. You know? There's real joy there, and that's what I mean. Like, we're one of those rare like anomalies in the fucking universe, man, that can understand that stuff, right? Like,
totally.
It's crazy.
Wait till you have kids. I've got 3, and like you said, you see them, you know, hearing, you know, people in community hitting the milestones or being successful. Wait till you see your own kids, whether they're walking or they're riding the bike for the first time, or, you know, building their first Lego set. It's amazing. Yeah, it's cool.
I hope so, man. One day, hopefully.
One day, absolutely.
There we go.
Definitely. Yeah, it's
if I'm lucky enough.
I'm on my 3rd is my sport child, which I'm, you know, I've been like I'm a big athlete growing up. I played, you know, hockey, volleyball, basketball, and it's like, okay, the first child's not an athlete, the second child's not an athlete. Now my 3rd, she's like, yes, I got an athlete. So it's
nice. How old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't mind. So I'm old. So my oldest is 22, middle is 19, and then my youngest is 13.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Dude,
yeah.
Are they all girls?
No, girls on the end, boy in the middle.
Oh, nice. Oh, lucky buggers.
So
there.
So it's a wonderful thing, man. Seeing them grow, and
absolutely. Yeah.
One day, hopefully, you'll get to experience too. Yeah. But the scariest moment though is when you leave the hospital and you look in your back seat and there's this child. There's no user manual. It's like, oh shit. You know, that's.
Dude, I came to the conclusion like a long time ago. My folks were just winging it, and their folks were just winging it, and everybody's just fucking winging it, brother.
Yeah.
Like,
and look at you. You turned out good, man. You all these experiences, and your life is good. Absolutely.
According to who?
You look, you're happy.
Nah. It's honestly, it's cool, man. I don't know. That's awesome. That's really cool to hear about your family. That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what sport are they leaning towards?
My youngest now, she's in volleyball, which was my sport in college too. So it's
Happy days.
it is. Nice. So out on the front lawn playing some volleyball, and it's good. All good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the have they got like is your 22-year-old like do they know what they want to do with their life? Like,
Yep.
they got a rough idea.
They have they have the good idea of what they want to do. My son, it took him a little while. He had no clue. Which at 18, I tell people, it's like 18, you have no idea what you want to do.
Dude, I'll be honest, man. Like, you can get to like middle of your 20s, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I landed in this 18 months ago, bro. I didn't know I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And now I love it. So it's like, things happen.
And I think, there's something to be said for, like Germany or Israel, those countries that say, okay, you maybe at 18 you do some like 2 years of mandatory military service, or instead of military, maybe you do civilian. That you come out with a skill, or you're grown up enough now to figure out what you want to do.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely something to be said for that. Being like a bloke, like my brother's in the military now, like he joined the army.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago, he's like got his posting and everything now. He's qualified and stuff, and like he's a combat engineer. And yeah, mate, honestly, I always talk to my chat, like, and I say, like, they're like, well, what would you be doing if you went streaming right now? I was probably a month away from joining the army.
Oh, were you really?
I was so close, yeah. I was like, because, like, that was always our thing, being, like, from, like, our dad being in the military, our uncles and stuff. If we really didn't know what we were going to do, we'd join the military, and we'd be perfectly fine with doing it, because there's, like, a sense of pride in our family.
Yeah.
So I was probably, like, a month away. I was either going to go to the Navy or the Army. Yeah, I was probably about a month away from that, and then I landed in this, and I probably, honestly, mate, if everything went belly up somehow, and they took away Twitch, and they took away my ability to make an income, and I really didn't know what I was going to do, I'd probably still join the army. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
And it's I think not so because, like, obviously there's patriotism and a sense of pride and stuff like that, but for me it's more so just like, you develop a skill and you develop bonds, and my brother, like, he's got skills for life, and he's got qualifications now for life, and he's learnt discipline. I think I'm a huge believer in discipline, man, especially the last like year or two, starting this and having to run my own show and stuff like that. Like, I was always raised pretty disciplined, being like from a military family and understanding the importance of it, but like the last year or two especially, is motivation that fades, discipline stays. So
that's very true. Yeah, absolutely. And the other piece with being in the military, you have connections for life, all over the world.
Absolutely.
That's something that you don't you can't get other jobs or whatnot.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah. So now, from a streaming standpoint, looking back, over the 18 months you've been doing it, what has been some of the hardest things about, going live?
I as much as I have got myself to a point with my mental health where I'm like able to, I guess, be like the person I am, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I still have my dark days.
Yeah.
I still have anxiety attacks here and there. I still, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I have depression in the same way that I had it, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But I still have days where I struggle, and it's still something I have to work on every day. Not only that, but I think I struggle with imposter syndrome a lot, man.
Yeah.
In streaming, that was a big one for me. The kindness of other people supporting me and making what I do possible. I think I've only, even sometimes still, like in the last few months, but the last couple of months, I guess this year I definitely got a little bit better with it. I'd probably say the last about 3 months, I've got better with like understanding that, like, okay, I have to somehow, without sounding like I'm up myself or like gassing myself up, I have to understand that I somehow provide value, and that the support they give me is for that value. Yeah. But prior to that, man, I couldn't deal with it. I didn't know how to. Like, I'd get lots of gifted subs, or I'd get like a donation, and I almost felt guilty, Yeah. Like, I almost felt like, what have like I'm sitting in front of, somebody who worked in like a labor industry, I built houses, and I did a bunch of other careers before that. Like, I worked in marketing for a little bit as well, and like, what am I doing? Like, that's hard here. Like, I'm fucking playing a video game, chatting shit. Like,
and people are giving you monthly.
Like, what? Like, yeah, I'm like, it just hit me, and I remember I got like mad emotional about it sometimes, because I was just like, you guys are. You guys are working jobs I used to work and things like that,
Yeah.
like similar, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I got a bunch of tradies in my chat, like blokes are out on site all day, sweating away.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've done that. It sucks sometimes. And you spending that money that you earn from that on me, it's like, and I'm playing a fucking video game, bro. Like,
but you know,
it's
so much more than a video game, though.
No, I mean, I get it now.
Yeah, you're like that
like,
escape from those people doing those jobs every day. You know, they get home, they see you, they can relate to you, they watch your chat, you listen to them, you know, not so much listen, but you read their thoughts and read their comments and whatnot, and you react to that, and there's that bond, and that's their escape. Like the the people that just had a family, the baby. I'm telling you what, there's nights that you don't get to sleep, but when you get that moment where the child's asleep for a couple hours, okay, I can escape. I can watch Coltz. I can watch my and just escape, and that's that's worth to them. To them, the value is hey, I'm gonna keep paying him because I don't want him to go away. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I've had it explained in similar circumstances. That's really cool, actually. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, it definitely was something I struggled with. 100% was imposter syndrome, and also burnout on games.
Yeah.
I think I burn out faster on a game than majority of people. I have a very, I'm very transparent. So if I don't enjoy something, I can't fake it.
Yeah. And you don't want to. You shouldn't, because people will pick up on that, and they don't want to watch somebody who's not enjoying themselves.
We say that, but we do say that, but I guarantee you, and it sucks to say, but there's a bunch of guys that are out there, and you can tell because you read about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
But there's people who play because they want to make it's monetary value.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Stuff. And so I've definitely, I think another one of the hardest things for me was like I decided to choose my well-being and like mindset over the monetary side of things for a little bit and risk it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm almost doing that again currently at the moment. I'm in a gap filler stage where like I'm burnt out on Tarkov, and nothing's changed really for me with it. I've done what I think. I don't know. Like I've tried a bunch of stuff in the game. I play it at a reason. Like I play it competitively, like to a reasonable level, I guess. I've got a few, like I guess highlight moments without sounding like a wanker. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, I'm geeing myself up too much. Right. Anything, but like I've played at a reasonable level, and it's like, it just I don't know. It's just I feel like I'm just
it's burnout. Like like you said, there hasn't been much to this wipe. So I feel a lot of people are burning out on the game quicker. And actually, one of my questions was going to be
quicker. Yeah, it's true.
You started out streaming with Tarkov. Have you mixed in any other games on the tail end of your streams? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's what I mean. That's what's been one of the struggles is I will be very transparent with my chat, and as much as people are like, this is not at all like a malicious thing, but as much as people are like, hey, we're gonna stick around for you no matter what, the facts are that if you switch to another game, it really does affect it. Unless you have built a massive core audience over a while, or you're a reasonable name on Twitch. If you're a mid-tier streamer, even if you're a partnered mid-tier streamer, it doesn't matter. Like I got partnered over New Year's, so I got partnered on New Year's Day, and I switched off of the game that I was playing at the time to go back to Tarkov.
Yeah,
and I had to rebuild.
Yeah,
basically, I had to rebuild my partner numbers again, and and that's on me. That's why we're aware of how the ecosystem of this world works.
Yeah,
so I made the conscious decision. But I couldn't keep pretending on the game that I got partnered on. And I'm glad I didn't, because it went down. It completely disappeared, basically. And then, maybe it'll come back now again. Who knows? But honestly, I think one of the big struggles was I made the decision to do what I wanted to do, be very honest about it with everybody, and just build in every area that I choose to go down regardless, and just take the hit. And that meant living off savings sometimes. That meant like living a very, very cheap and reserved lifestyle to do so. That meant making sacrifices that I feel like people, if they need to achieve something, they can make enough sacrifices to do so a lot of the time. Like there's people that are beyond their means to do things that don't do those things, and I've been that person. But I think to keep myself financially afloat during the times where I switched and stuff like that, I consciously had to say to myself, hey, like, I'm going to cut back on, like, I'm not going to order food.
Yeah.
I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to do this. I'm not going out. I'm not spending money on, like, this. I'm not spending money on that. Like, I just cut it down massively, man, to the point where, like, I was able to do things I enjoyed and still live.
Yeah.
And
you're disciplined.
And yeah, literally. It's
ingrained into
literally
you.
what it was. And I think that there's definitely, like, for all the content creators that are, like, struggling with their one main game, and then they want to mix it up. If you really want to do something, I promise you, like, there's a way. Like, obviously, I don't know everyone's circumstances, but, like, man, I'll tell you right now, I scraped to pull it off sometimes. Like, I went from, like, I was playing Tarkov really, like, seriously, got Kappa, did all that stuff. And then I went to, you know, I played, like, the Punisher tournament and things like that with, like, Petley's last one. That's how I met, like, Slush and those guys and stuff like that through there. And then I went from that to, I just burnt out on Tarkov, so I started playing Apex, like, a fair bit. And then I went from Apex to, I played, like, a little bit of DayZ. Yeah. And then I was still playing Tarkov, but I'd, like, end with these games and just gradually transition. And then New World came out. Yeah. And I went hard on New World. And I grew my audience on there, and I got partnered playing that over New Year's. And then I went back to Tarkov and switched my stream schedule again. So it dropped way back down in viewership, way back down in support. And had to rebuild again this year. And now I'm, like, sitting at an okay sort of level. But again, Tarkov, I'm like, I just can't, like, bash my head against the wall. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. So, hey, look, I'm going to play, like, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours of Tarkov. Then I'm going to go play the COD beta at the moment. Yeah. Or I'm going to go play Wrath of the Lich King, like the WoW at the moment. I'll do a just chatting stream basically and just play that in the background. And it's been so great, and the support's been amazing. But I already knew, like, I didn't have expectations of the support. So anything that I am getting at the moment is great, because I'm like, I already knew that, you know, I was going to take a hit, and I have been. Right, so it's like,
you've experienced those hits, and now you've mentally prepared for the hit, but because the community is there, you know, it's not as bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, you know, in the different communities that you've sort of, you know, played in now, Apex, DayZ, Tarkov, how would you compare the different communities from, like, a, you know,
I think Tarkov's the best by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know everybody says that, but they really are. Tarkov's been great. I wouldn't have a career without the Tarkov community, especially the Australian Tarkov community. Yeah. The US, like, I probably Australia and EU. And when I say EU, I mean mostly UK. Yeah. I have a good relationship with. NA, I've been trying to, like, I guess, bridge the gap a little bit more for myself, gradually. But I hate, man, I really hate coming across like I've always had issues. I want to meet people organically, and I want stuff to happen organically, which is how I made friends with Slush. That's how I became friends with Train. It's how you know, how all that stuff came about, Toe Track, all those sort of things. And that all happened purely organically. Like, I killed Slush in the Punisher tournament. Train killed me. Yeah. And then, like, they each raided me, like, once or twice, and I was in Slush's chat. He'd known about me. He asked me to play New World with him. We played New World from, like, the launch all the way through. Became really good friends, and, like, I met a bunch of people through him and stuff like that. And that was all organic. But I feel like that's much harder to do with the NA crowd, and there's so many content creators that I really admire from there. But it's hard for me to, I guess, bridge the gap without going into their chat and, I don't know, saying,
hey, do you know me? Like,
yeah. Like, I don't want to be in the chat like, hey, how's it going? Like, just look like that partnered streamer in their chat that's, like, talking, like, why are you here? You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen you before. But it's like, I actually watched your stream. Like, I've watched it. It's dope. Like, I just don't want to be a wanker. I hate the idea of coming across as, like, somebody who's,
so,
you know, like, obviously it's beneficial to link up with other creators, but at the same time, I think just the community sense of Tarkov is dope, and really awesome. And so, like, it attracts us to other bigger Tarkov streamers, especially, like, from NA and stuff like that.
I think like you said it yourself, Tarkov is the best community out there, and I think you're selling yourself short by not reaching out to those guys, because I'll tell you, you know, they're there, they'll play with you, they'll be happy to hear from you. Absolutely.
I've I won't say, like, I haven't got any, like, I've definitely got a few friends from NA now through there. But yeah, it's just I think that's been like a much slower process. But yeah, I'm getting better at the reaching out side of things. That I definitely going to DreamHack and like meeting Pest and stuff like that, and like talking with him and having a good conversation with him, and then those guys was very helpful. And I think I'm definitely getting more this year into like owning who I am. I guess like I'm a content creator, like owning it and being like, you know, okay with asking and hitting people up and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like I said, I still probably had that regular, like, you know, I'm just a bloke who builds houses and loves the sun and beer. And like I'm just a regular bloke, but like I'm still a regular bloke, but I think like now it's just like owning the career you're in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas like I don't think I did that enough up until recently.
Like just, I think it was today or yesterday, Geeks, who's a, you know, he's a West Coast Canadian streamer, and he, you know, threw out a tweet, hey, I'm looking to collaborate more with, you know, anybody out there who wants to collaborate. And it's like, that's, you know, I think the Tarkov community is really open with working with other people. From, you know, even like since I started this podcast, I've reached out to every, you know, Australians, UKs, you know, it's Canadians, Americans. Everybody's been fantastic. Who's, you know, I'll hop on, or, you know, schedule a time. It's just, it's such a great, you know, bunch of great people in this community we have.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Oh, it's been great, man. Honestly, like I said, I literally wouldn't have a career without it, because there's so, like, I think people pick up on, like, I mean, I feel like at least in the Australian community, or the OCE, I can't say just Australian. There's definitely some awesome Kiwis in there. But the OCE community, they definitely pick up on the people who are like serious about it and have that demeanor and work towards it and stuff. Because I definitely started to get more support from people as I grew with momentum to get to like the partnership sort of viewers and stuff like that. Like becoming friends with Slush and Train and stuff like that. Like and organically just like getting along with them and stuff. Like you start to see other like Mr. Drakezilla and things like that, Chippewa, like those kind of guys, like you know, Red Ops, stuff like that. They all started to raid me more, and like it really, like they take notice. I think it's hard not to take notice in like the ecosystem of it and stuff, and I'm sure it's the same in other regions. Sure, it's the same in Tarkov in general. But yeah, I think that's a really, really cool thing, because I don't know if it's the same, but I definitely look at other really saturated categories like COD and stuff like that, and I don't know if that stuff exists as much. I don't know. I'm not in it, but I definitely know it does in Tarkov, which is really cool. So
I've had some people from Fortnite community on. I've had a couple, one person from COD, or a couple people from COD. I'd say the Fortnite community, like, you know, honestly, when I think of Fortnite before doing all this, I'm just thinking a bunch of 12-year-olds playing this game, Fortnite. But having, you know,
hard not to.
It is. But I've had like a couple of people on who have, you know, basically from the Marksman, which was Deadly Slob, Markstrom, Monster D-Face. Monster D-Face was on, who's big Fortnite caster. He introduced me to a couple other people, and it's like, there's a really strong, friendly community over there of people who are north of 20, and they all play together, and it was really surprising to see, from considering what I had in my head of that community, and it was nice to see that.
That's, I mean, like I said, I'd imagine there probably is. That's awesome, and like you've just confirmed it. So, but I think like I guess I don't really like speaking on stuff I don't know much about. You know what I mean? I hate the idea of like assumptive speaking, I guess, if you're like not knowledgeable in an area. Like no one wants to, I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, I never want to be that guy that's like tells you a bunch of stuff and then it's like, well, actually
no, it's not like that. Because I had actually one of the guys on who is he does a bunch of content editing for other streamers and works on their branding and whatnot. He was telling me about this, you know, he's working with this Fortnite streamer who's rebranding. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool for a 14-year-old to think that he's going to be, you know, really on top of things. But it turns out the guy's 30, and it's like, oh, okay. But but I ended up having him on my pod, and it was just like, you know, just wonderful, wonderful people just branching out, but like thinking like, oh, 14-year-olds, because right away when I think Fortnite, I just think 14-year-olds. But that's it's
so hard not to. I really agree. Even still, man, I feel I don't know, maybe it's just my perception of it, but I feel like if I was to play that game, I would feel like I was 12 to 14 years old.
But no, and so it's funny. So that from having that one person, Monster D-Face, who is a Fortnite caster, I've had probably 7 or 8 other Fortnite people on from that community, and I'm telling you, we're talking, they're all over 20, and one of the girls that was on, she just last month won a tournament for $75,000, and it's just like it's mind blowing that it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely cool.
Yeah, it's I think I don't know. I think it's definitely to do with the culture that they designed around that game.
Absolutely,
though, right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of it was marketed towards kids that could,
right?
I don't know, get hold of their parents' credit card or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, buy their V-Bucks. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like I don't know. So maybe that's why. But
and also it being a free game too. That also I think that has because anybody can go play this game. Versus
absolutely
with Tarkov. It's right away. It's a mature game because the amount of hours you need to play this game. Like if you want the best level, it's not a cheap investment to have the the end of days edition, the end of dollars edition, or whatnot. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So now from so we talked about what are the hardest things from streaming. What has been the highlight from streaming for you?
What's been the highlight?
Yeah.
For me. Oh, I've had a few, man. I think the charity streams for me were probably one of the proudest moments of my life.
That was awesome.
So we've done a couple of those. I did one when I first started streaming. And then we this year when I got partnered and I was like full time and stuff, I was like, we'll start. We'll ramp it up and we'll take it like a lot more serious and go hard and actually try and make a dent in it. And it's actually funny that that we're talking about this because I had a conversation with Pest about it at DreamHack.
Yeah.
And about how I probably won't do another one for a while because I want to build to a point where it's like him, like you do one, and because you have such a audience, you can make a really, really big dent. You know what I mean? But no, I'm very proud because I set out. I wrote down. I'm very transparent, about the journey with my community. So, I set goals at the start of the year. It's not just the journey of the content creation. It's because I'm the streamer. So I was like, this is what I want to do this year, and I would like to take you guys along on that journey. And that's branched out now to the point where I'm gonna be doing IRL videos and vlogs and stuff like that in the next few months and stuff. But anyways, the goals that we wrote down, one of them was obviously big mental health advocate. I've had my own journey with depression. I'm very fortunate to still be here. About 4 years ago, I tried to take my own life, and a couple of times actually, and I've had a long road of getting back to, getting to where I am now from there, and so I do work with a charity called Beyond Blue here, and they're a 24-hour, 24/7 support hotline that provides they provide information, but they also provide basically someone to talk to, but they provide referrals to mental health professionals, support groups, things like that. And they're just they're constantly operating hotline that is entirely donation funded.
Wow.
Obviously the staff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they do amazing work, and they reduce the stigma around anxiety, PTSD, depression.
Yeah.
Suicide, all that sort of stuff here in Australia, and they save lives literally on the daily. I have actually several members of my community who have actually used the hotline before, and are still here because of that stuff. Yeah. And so they do amazing work, and being somebody who's been through that and has family members that have had PTSD and been through that, it really just connected with me. So I jumped on board helping those guys and did some streams. I did some charity streams where I just I would do 24 hours. I'd stay away for 24 hours to stream, Tarkov or whatever game I was playing. Every time we hit a goal, there'd be an incentive for them. And we set out to raise, it was $20,000 at the start of the year. Yeah. But then the last few months, in my head, for some reason, I must have forgot there was 20K because I hadn't actually read the goals. That book right there in the background actually has the goals written down on it. like physically written, and I hadn't like looked at it in a few months.
Yeah.
So for some reason in my head, it like ticked over. Oh, it's like 50K. We got to raise 50K this year, right? That was one of my goals. And so we did one earlier in the year, and we got to $26,000 raised.
Yeah.
In the first one, like the first 24, and which was amazing. That was, you know, the end of that stream. The pure emotion, you know,
dude, 20,
like understanding that keeps that hotline running and keeps people that support, like that have even like literally individual examples of people who support me in my stream are alive because that
right.
You know what I mean?
Awesome,
like,
yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
All
so, like, from you playing a video game.
Yeah. So we raised 26.5K for them on the first one, which was amazing, and like the community just really came together. I was so proud. And, you know, just to end that stream celebrating that, doing a lot of shoeies, and drinking a lot of beer out of shoes, mate. Anyways, I won't go too much into that, because we you know, I want to promote, like, idiot drinking. But anyways, yeah, that was pure emotion. It was incredible. And then my most recent one we did a couple of months back now. I think it was like a month. I can't remember what month it was ago.
It wasn't too long ago. Yeah.
It was like a month or two ago, but we got up to 38,800 raised. So, which was, again, just pure emotion, man. Just like I was just so proud of just everyone coming together, understanding the donations just kept rolling in. Some big ones hit through, and drank a lot of beer, a lot of shoes, changed costumes a lot of times, dressed up like an idiot, and had a great time. And just I don't know, just getting to the end of those and understanding that like I really stress the point to people that like we're put here to do good in this world, and I think like, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have a platform. You know, I'm so bloody lucky to have a platform. I'm so fortunate to have this this community and this platform to be able to have a voice. And it might be only a small one, mate. Like I'm really, in the big scheme of things, I'm fucking nobody. But
it's crazy, isn't it?
And I think that the me being so fortunate to have that platform. Yeah. It's my human responsibility. I was always raised this way. Like, if you have any sort of voice in this world, we have to use it to do good. Yeah. And I think that we did some really good shit.
Dude,
those
over
sessions,
50K. Dude, that's nothing small to, you know, that's nothing.
It was it was crazy. So we're at 38,800 raised for the year. But then when I read the book like 2 days ago, it was actually only a 20K goal for the year. It wasn't 50. So we've bloody smashed it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, what? Should we just go for 50 now? Like, fuck it. Like that's crazy.
That's
so
awesome.
So we absolutely destroyed the goal. So we're nearly $40,000 raised for them, and it's I got like they reached out to me and we're pretty stoked about it and stuff. So it was really cool. And I think that was probably one of my proudest moments I've ever been alive for.
That is very cool. That's
which is cool. So.
Yeah, and now I talked about this with, I think it was Sigma or Veritas, about you were able to do this much good. And now let's take it to another, take it back to Nikita and what he created in this game. He created Tarkov. How many people under him who've, they've got careers, they've done good for charities because of the base of this game. Like you look at Pastilli, what he's done for the Star Foundation, the money there. What you've done for Beyond Blue, and all of these other streamers because of Nikita's game. It's like, it's really cool when you think about that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's another example, like I love it. The Sidemen did the charity football match, the soccer match yesterday, or like a couple of days ago. And we actually watched the highlights of that. But they raised like $1 million for charity.
Holy cow.
Just a charity football match from like a bunch of YouTubers.
Oh, I don't know. So tell me about that. What is that? The Sidemen?
So the Sideman is like KSI, like he used to make YouTube videos about FIFA. And then,
okay.
Like his mates that all did gaming videos, and then now they just do all videos.
Yeah.
And then they verse like a group of YouTube all stars and like streamers and stuff like that.
Oh shoot.
Which is just a bunch of like popular, obviously content creators.
Yeah.
And they played them in a soccer match in London.
Oh
and
shoot.
They like sold tickets and everything, but all the profits went to charity. So they raised like $1 million from one match.
Holy crap.
That's an amazing thing,
Yeah.
man. You know,
See, gamers do good things, don't you?
Yeah, it's great,
Absolutely.
dude. And I mean, music as well, like
Yeah.
right, like any form of art, like any form of I mean, you can do it with not even just art. Like I'm listening to David Goggins' audiobook at the moment,
Yeah.
and if you hear about, like, you probably know who David Goggins
Is he the
is.
100-mile runner or something like that?
He's the Navy SEAL,
Yes,
the
okay.
record-breaking, like the crazy, absolutely just insane
Yes.
weapon of a human being. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to his audiobook. It's pretty amazing, and I'm a big I really try to consume as much stuff as I can that's going to help me, like develop as a person and try and like just grow.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big like growth journey. I've been obsessed with like just trying to be a better human.
Yeah.
Especially this year.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to that book, and there was he did an ultra marathon, like a 24-hour marathon to raise money for like Navy SEALs families that died in Afghanistan, and like just did some amazing stuff. Like, and he had no training, so like he just within like a week or whatever, he like trained himself up and did some crazy ass stuff. Like his kidneys failed him, like both his feet were broken, and like it was crazy. Like he just the feats that human beings can go to do good in the world is crazy. And yeah, like I mean, art. There's just so many platforms that we can use to do good things.
Yeah.
And like I look at like charity concerts like the bushfire one we did here over in Australia, like year or two back. Like Live Aid that they did with like Queen and stuff back in the day, and so, all that sort of stuff, man. It's just there's a beautiful thing about people coming together, doing good things, and then using those good things to do more good things. It's great. So gaming, everything, it doesn't matter what it is. There's just always opportunity to do cool.
Yeah,
so,
it's nice to see gaming not getting a bad rap. That the gamers,
absolutely,
because
it's 100% way more mainstream now, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like because I've been so I've been gaming for since the '80s or before the '80s, and 10 years ago, it's like if I found somebody else who's playing a video game. Like it'd be a whisper, "Hey, yeah, you play? Oh, you play video? Okay, yeah." Quiet conversation, but now it's like it's not that closet gaming anymore. You can it's not cool,
absolutely.
but it's more acceptable. So.
Yeah, it's cool. It's I mean, that also ties into like the fact that there's money in it, right?
Oh,
like for big corporations and stuff, like they realize that. Like we're in a world full of watching. So
well, look what Twitch is doing now with the 50-50 splits and all that drama. That we're not gonna touch that. But but you're right. It's the corporate is there absolutely, but along with that though, there's good that comes out of it too. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So now, from
awesome.
a streaming standpoint, so we'll continue on that. What advice would you give to somebody who's about to go live for the first time, or thinking about doing this?
Have an intention of what you want to do with it first. I landed in it. So it's a bit different for me. So I just went balls to the wall, I guess, because I landed in it, and I was like, hey, I'll build this. But if you're thinking of streaming, I don't know. I feel like if I was to do it all over again and just start streaming casually, now knowing what I know, if I decided not to stream casually and I wanted to make a career about it, I would have a way different approach.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously everyone would say that now, right? Like you learn things along the way. But I think if it's something you want to get into and make a job out of, have a plan. And have like a means of keeping yourself afloat before you commit to it. It, obviously. Like, don't quit your day job. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's actually one of those industries where it's like, really don't quit your day job. You know what I mean? Like people say like, don't quit your day job about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But those things I feel like there's a little bit more chance for them to achieve them.
Right.
I think like there's other industries where you can, put it all out on the table and risk it, and it works a bit more often. But I think streaming, being as saturated as it is just me personally. So take my opinion with the weight of a bloody feather. But it's I think that it is so saturated and so hard, and there's so little discoverability organically, especially just through Twitch, that for you to be able to keep yourself afloat and make money and stuff like that off the rip is so small. So you have to build into it 100%. Unless you have like a capital fund, you got somebody who's like throwing capital behind you to do it, and you got like a loan or some shit like that, or I don't know, you got a situation where your parents will like support you. I don't know. I don't have that, but maybe. But like otherwise, like have a plan, man.
Yeah.
But if you want to, if you want to do it casually, it's a different story, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can just go with the flow and see what you can do with it. But if you really want to turn content creation into a career, and I'm not even the best guy to ask. I always say this. People ask me in chat sometimes, and I'm like, dude, like I'll just tell you what I know. But like even that is like I said, take it with a weight of a feather, because like I ask peps. I ask everybody, man, all the time as much as I can, because and some of the stuff they tell me, I don't bloody do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like I'm not at that level. I'm not even where I want to be. And
right.
I have so much work to do, but I got to recognize that, and that's a different story. It's another conversation. But the facts are that if you want to actually do it and build from it, it's so much more than you think it's going to be as far as workload. Yeah, it's so much more on your mental than you think it's going to be, and not only that, but what is going to what do you have that's going to separate you from the millions and millions of other people? Yeah, where are you going to stand out? What's going to, like, is it going to be saturation? So are you just going to upload every single day, nonstop, blah, 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 the workload? Or are you going to have, like, some unique thing that you're doing and then upload every single day? You know what I mean? Like, there's different ways of doing it, obviously. But, you know, it's the same with music. Like, I don't know if you know, but when I was a builder, I made music. So, like, part of the reason I went back to building was I didn't know where my career was going to go. I was making music, but I was working in, like, just, like, retail for a little bit just to pay for studio. Yeah. But I was like, I'll finish my ticket. I have that to fall back on as a trade. Right. But, like, it was paying for recording sessions, right? But, like, it's the same thing when you're trying to get places in music. It's like you can, you know, do what I know, like, in hip-hop, they do it a lot. They just song, project. Like, they just drop a shitload of stuff. Like, they just saturate it. And then one hits sort of thing, like lottery tickets, right? Right, yeah. But, like, are they working another job while they're doing that sort of thing? You know what I mean? Yeah. Or are they just like winging it? Or they have like something that hits, you know, like a discernible feature about them as a streamer, or as a music example, they've got a hit, or they've got a viral video, or they've got something that they got a connection with somebody, like a famous artist, a co-sign or something like that, you know? What is your thing for becoming a streamer that's like going to separate you from everybody else? Yeah. Why would yourself and me, why would us two right now, why would we go watch this person and support them potentially, like, to make them be able to do it as a career? Is it because their work ethic and how much content they put out, so I have a constant amount of stuff to view all the time, so I'm constantly entertained by it, and I seem to see this person everywhere, hell yeah, I'll have to support them? Or is it like, holy shit, dude, this video, crazy, exactly, if you can do another one like that, like, hell yeah, you know? Like,
because on Twitch, you're not going to scroll through 15 pages to find that one person who's starting out playing Tarkov with, you know, 1 or 2 viewers. Yeah, how do you find that person? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I had Dottie Hack on, who he played in a band, and he's, you know, he went down the path of, you know, creating content and streaming, and I asked him about the discoverability, which is harder, music or, you know, being a, you know, on Twitch, and Twitch was going to be a lot more harder to be discovered versus playing in a band. Just it's because it's anybody can do it essentially. Yep. It's and that's like COVID obviously helped streamers, but it also made it way more saturated. Oh yes, because people watch streams. Hey, I could do this. You know. Yeah. Hey, I could do this, and it's just. Yeah, which is awesome, and everybody has the right to dream, and everybody should dream, and everybody should want to do stuff, and if it interests them. The big thing that is the decider with every, this is what I've learned myself, I reckon, is that the big decider is, do you love something enough to do shit that you don't want to do to get to it? Yeah, and do a lot of it and stick with it and understand everything that's involved in it, because I didn't. Doing this, I didn't understand everything that was involved with it. No fucking way. Oh yeah, how do you? Absolutely. Yeah, you think you're just playing game, but no, there's social media management. There's videos. No way, man. Yeah. Like, if I look at myself a year ago versus, like, I don't know, I've just done my tax with, like, an accountant here. Yeah.
And like you got that. Obviously, you look at the business side, you look at your expenses, you look at all that stuff. Yeah. I'm like, fuck, what the hell, man? Like, who am I? Like, I'm like going through like digital records and shit, and like it turned out pretty good. Like, I got very lucky, I think. Winging it actually, but this year, like, I'm way more business minded now, and it's like you don't think that that's how it's gonna go, and then that's how it goes, and. It's easy for people who have like ran reasonable sized businesses and then landed in streaming. Yeah. Because I know there's definitely people who are huge content creators who ran successful businesses previously, but love content creation and ended up in that, and then are really good at the business side of things. But yeah, there's just so much more to it.
It is.
And that's like on the work side, that's on the mental side, that's on everything, because everything you gotta really comprehend, like, just the amount of stuff that happens within it that you have to do, the amount of responsibilities that you have, the amount of work and time and hours and problems and solutions and stuff like that. But then the mental toll that each of those takes, the highs, the lows, the upside downs, the lack of sleep, physical toll as well. Like, you spend a lot of time in a bloody chair, man. Like, it's
well, and then
that's not good for your back.
No. And then there's the whole other aspect of this. You turn this into a career. You don't get vacation days. You don't get sick days. You've got to build that into, because you definitely need to take a break at some point and just clear your head and, come back for fresh. But if you don't build those into your, what you're doing from this, content creation career, you're going to burn out.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think, I'm literally like, I'm trying to branch my content now, and I'm not even big enough to do it, but I'm just going to gradually start doing it because I love it. Yeah. Into more of like the adventures of everything I do outside of just streaming as well. So I'm a stream, but I'm also like, I want to build my content around like my life. Man.
Right. Yeah. Like, have you done any music streams, playing the guitar on stream or anything like that?
No. So that's okay. It looks like I play guitar, but I don't. I'm learning again. Learning again. I look like big music. I just sung, bro. I used to sing. Okay. So yeah, I did that. But the guitar is because I want to learn again and be able to play. I actually just want to be able to play around the campfire with them. Yeah. With, like, my friends and stuff, to be honest. Because like I can sing. Okay, that sounds really like myself.
Hang on,
I can sing okay-ish.
All right. So we're not going to see a karaoke stream from Coltz anytime soon?
Well, I used to do a Channel Point Redemption that was like sing-along.
Oh, no way.
I don't do it anymore as much, but I used to do like, they would redeem it and I'd sing like a song like Life is a Highway or something like that, and everyone in chat would sing along and stuff, but I'd like actually belt it, and cool. That was fun, but I don't do it as much anymore. Yeah. Especially not now. I bloody lost my voice in Melbourne when I went for DreamHack, and I still haven't fully gotten it back. Yeah. So
shoot.
You can probably tell. I don't know, but it's mad, that's for sure. But I'm just doing an hour on that a day. Yeah. So I just want to learn again, and nice. Like I learned like a little bit when I was younger, and then I completely lost it because I didn't play for like forever, so I don't know chords or anything like that. I just want to be able to play like some fucking old like Johnny Cash or something by the fire. So
nice.
Just chill out. But yeah, no, more so like I go to the gym a lot, meal prep, things like that. My mates run a clothing label out of our house, which I like some of my streamer friends have shirts from now. And, like, they're about to do their launch and stuff like that. Cool. And it's like, it's hand printed vintage, like pre-washed t-shirts and like it's like a lifestyle label, and we love that stuff, and it's just all about it's all built about just built around getting the most out of your journey and whatever that may be for you. And we're just big believers in that. Like, where some of our happiest days is like I live with my brother and three of my mates, and our other mates will come here at times and stuff like that, and some of the best days we have is literally just like some music, man, pumping, some beers, some sunshine, just kicking around, just chatting shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that, and just we want to build a lifestyle of that, because there's so many people that obviously have that and will relate to it. Yeah. But there's a bunch of people who don't have that, and I want to start making content that has a positive impact on top of the stuff that we're already doing. And I was talking about this on stream yesterday. I got real fight because I get passionate as hell about it. So I go on like a rant. I get fired up. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Like I can't wait. Sound like an idiot, but they bear with me. But I'm there like, you know, I wanna show you guys how we do this. And how great this is and the stuff that helped me.
Yeah.
Heal. It helped me heal.
Yeah.
It helped me, you know, brought me back from where I was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Brought me back from not wanting to be here and having the constant, like, no motivation. Like, I was a shadow of, like, physically and mentally of what I am now. And, like, not even a shadow, like a fucking a spot on the ground, man, honestly, compared to now. And I want to show people that not just the streaming, I'll show aspects of like sitting here editing and I'll like start, for example, like I could be here editing, I'll be vlogging it. Yeah. But then I'll be like, you know, time lapse or whatever, sitting here, and then I'll grab the camera and be like, hey, so I've been sitting here doing this for 2-3 hours, but this is what, you know, I'm doing when I'm not on stream, and this is this, and just really include people on the journey. It's not going to be some Jake Paul, like David Dobrik type vlog or anything like that, but just a I don't know, just a Aussie bloke doing what he does, man, and just trying to make it, like winging it through the journey and trying to be somebody in the world, I guess.
Well, there's the whole unique thing that Australia, you know, when people find out you're from Australia, you know, it's like, oh, it's a mystery almost. Like for you to capture some of those moments, just hanging around a fire with your buddies, and just, you know, this is life in Australia. You know, this is what we do: sit around, you know, playing the songs or just shooting shit, having beers, and you know, people in New York seeing that, or Asia or wherever. It's like, oh, that's okay. That's, you know, just
like we went to the beach Saturday because I usually have one day off a week. So I went to the beach on Saturday, and like document just that, just like a trip down, like it's about 45 minutes from us here, like where we are at the moment, which is great. So it's a really quick trip down, and we'll go down, we'll like in the, you know, early morning and spend, you know, most of the day there, and just hanging out with the guys there, just, you know, kicking a ball around, and just like just the stuff, the topics we talk about life, just smash it up in the waves, and you know, like I don't have a board at the moment, but get back into surfing, things like that. Like, I know it sounds like we don't have time, and I know like a lot of what I've preached whenever I get asked about content creation is like there's no balance. Yeah. And it's true, there's no balance, but I'm just taking the hit and just doing that stuff, or like the future. Yeah.
Well, look at Red Ops. He's branched off doing the golfing streams. And Hayes.
Mate, I'm so happy for him. Honestly, I'm so happy for him. And like, if he just sticks to it, it'll grow, because he's just a character of a bloke as it is. So it's happy days. Yeah. And like he'll be able to do so much with that. And that's sort of the stuff I want. Like just I want people to be able to watch it and understand what helped me here. Yeah. And hopefully that can take somebody who's sitting in their room and doesn't have those kind of interactions and is kind of like not doing so great. Yep. And just see what they can do. And it's not even just going to be with my mates all the time. That's what I'm talking about. Like, some people be like, oh, but I don't have friends to do it with. Mate, I do so much of it on my own. Yeah. Like, I'll climb a mountain. Like, there's a couple of mountains on the sunny coast. I'm going to go climb, and I'm just going to film me doing it on my own. And like, I'll just be like, dude, this was sick. Like, so much fun. Yeah. But like, I just chose to do this today. And like, you might not like my mountain climbing, but like next week on the Saturday that I get off, I'm going to film all this footage of me screen printing some shirts with the boys downstairs, or I'm going to film me sitting here editing, stretching, cooking some food for my week ahead, and then talk to you guys at intervals in between it. And it's just going to be like just a genuine, like, this is really what I do when this isn't happening. Like, I'm not out here mate, I love a drink, I love partying, I love stuff like that, but I'm not going to the clubs all the time and stuff like that. Like, my biggest piss ups where I'll get drunk is like at their house here with the boys. With the boys, yeah. And or I'll go to like the local, like I'll go to the bar and like for a Sunday session we'll watch like some live music and get pissed. Like I the clubbing stuff. You know, you don't have to do that stuff to you don't have to be popular and go do that stuff. And like, I just want to show people like an aspect of just like a pretty simple, straightforward. Like, I don't have a shitload of money. Yeah, I'm not living like I live very, very minimal. and just I just enjoy it, man. It's like I'm very fortunate. Like I definitely have my days, and I have goals that I want to hit financially and stuff like that. I want to make money. I want to be able to get, obviously everyone wants to be financially free, right? But mine's a bit more of a like I really need to help my folks. I want to be able to pay their mortgage off. They've got some stuff going on, like medically and stuff that as a son, like I feel like I owe it to them. I was very fortunate. Right. So my brothers and I are doing some stuff about that, but this is all building towards that because I want to be able to diversify everything I'm doing. Yeah. And take people on the journey. Like I want to be able to be like, hey, this is what we're doing. Then a year later, like, oh, I've started to save money by doing this, and like just share that journey. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, and, also it will take you away from sitting in front of the computer. It helps you too as well.
Because I'm not going to stop doing this. Yeah. I love this. Like I can't. Obviously, it's what pays my bills. Yeah. But not only that, I still love it. I still love streaming. I just think that I have more to offer than just being a gamer. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like for a while I thought about like bearing into like I'm going to become the top tier Tarkov player. I'm going to be Glorious E, the Australian version, or like I'm going to be Pestle. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm going to be like the and like that was an aspiration. I'm going to be like I'm going to be Willers. I'm going to become a freak at the game. And I feel like my gameplay improved during that period, and I got it to a level, and I was like I was doing great. I felt really cool. I was like, oh, I'm so good right now in my head, but like. Nah, not like that. But I definitely worked on it. But then I was like, how bad do I really want to just be in the chair?
No, you don't. What I mean? You want to share your journey. I don't.
I feel like there's other aspects I want to live. Yeah. And there's a way to still be a content creator and do that. Yeah. And it's going to be risky, and I'm going to take a hit, and I get it, and I know that it's like, I know that it's probably going to affect my income. It's probably going to affect my viewership and stuff for a while. But in my head, man, like I've been in this 18 months and I've achieved what I've achieved so far. So I'm like, dude, I'm going to die. Like, we're all going to die, man. I want to just do shit I want to do, Like we're all, well, it sucks to say, but like, it's really cliche, but like, I'm literally here once, man. So like, I'm just going to do my journey. So,
well, and then the other piece that you may help one person or two people by taking that path and sharing some of the stories, some of your advice and
that's the goal.
Things,
hopefully,
it just takes, you help one person, then, really that's worth it.
Hopefully, man. I mean, that's the goal. Like we've been able to do some of that through streaming. And that's like the most fulfilling part about it. Honestly, like I said, I feel like we have a platform. We got to do good with it. We have to put good in this world.
Absolutely.
I'm fortunate enough to do it as if I'm gonna. I don't know the way I was. I don't know. I guess my values, the way I was raised, is just like, don't take that shit for granted. Like put good in, because you got some good going on around you, man. Put that out there for other people.
Exactly. So, it'll multiply.
It's a cool thing. Exactly. And if we can reach a few people, that'd be awesome. That was the goal with music too. When I was doing that, like if I can speak to some people and help them, I'm gonna feel good. Because as much as like it's great and it sounds really selfless, what I also learnt is that I feel great about it. So there's also a selfish aspect to it too, because I get the best feelings I've ever had by making other people feel good. Yeah, it's the best. There's nothing like it, man. It really isn't. Like hearing people, like I said before, you see people triumph, you see people get impacted by something. It hits home. Yeah. Like unlike anything else. Like when we did the meet and greet. Yeah. The Dream Hack. I had a conversation with a guy there, and he was really down. Yeah. And he pulled me to the side, and he was really shy. And we had like a 20. I won't say who it is or anything like that, but we had like a 30-minute conversation. And he was really down, and he told me everything. And I don't know. By the end of the conversation, man, the dude's eyes were different. You know what I mean? Like it was just we just kept it real, and
oh, good.
It was like the most satisfying thing ever. It really was. Like,
that's awesome,
mate. I'd had a few beers, but honestly, I tell you what, like I was beaming from ear to ear after that because
excellent.
I was grinning like a bloody Cheshire cat because it was For some people, just they come to you and I mean, they go anywhere. They don't just necessarily come to us, but they go to places and they don't have like they don't know what to do because I've been there. Like you're lost, right? Yeah. Like. And you don't know what you don't really know what the point of you being here is sometimes. Everyone gets like that sometimes. They're like, what I mean?
And they don't have anybody to help them.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's all I talked to. That's all I said to him is like, You know, this is not me saying, hey, I'm so great, I G'd up some guy. But I'm just saying that's the most satisfying thing is, like, I explained to him that, like, you just got to find, like, what your why is. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you do this? Why are you here? Why you do this? And you just got to find that. And it might be something as simple as somebody you care about, or your family, or I don't know, like, maybe you really enjoy
something you
mowing
enjoy
lawns,
doing.
man. If you fucking love mowing lawns, go mow every lawn to the best of your ability and enjoy the shit out of it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we all have different things we like, man, but you know, I'm gonna die, so I'm gonna do the shit that I like and hopefully help some other people do some shit they like, you know.
You've already started
Well,
that $50,000 already for Beyond Blue, dude. You're off to a good start helping people.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I think I don't like to. I mean, it sounds real cheese, but I don't like to say that was me. That's you got to think about it, man. Well, that's like, okay, I was a bloke on a screen, but there was like 200, 300 people in that stream that you know contributed to that, and then not only that, but I also think indirectly everyone who's ever watched me contributed to that because they gave us the platform to do so as well. So you know, I'm just a guy on the screen. At the end of the day, that's human beings doing what like we're meant to,
doing good
like,
things.
I think we're meant to do, coming together and doing good shit, man.
Absolutely.
And that was really cool. So
excellent. So now let's talk about your partner story. How did you find out you made Twitch partner?
I had COVID. It was New Year's Day, man.
Yeah.
And I got the email, and I had COVID from a New Year's like lead up to New Year's like party.
Yeah.
It was New Year's Day night, so the first of this year, the night I got the email, and I was fucked with COVID. Like, I was cooked. I was fried.
So it hit you hard because it seemed
so I only had it for like 4 days. It hit me really hard, but I only had it for 4 days. Then it was gone, and I had no symptoms after that. I was sweet. But just for those 4 days, it hit me like a brick shit house. Yeah, bro. Like, crazy.
And then you get the email that you've made partner, and you couldn't even celebrate because you were just so.
I jumped up. Like, my whole household had it. Like all the blokes had it. We all got it from the. So one guy that came to the New Year's event that we had, he had been to a place where people had it. So he gave it to the rest of the house. But anyways, I mean, honestly, we kind of were already in the mindset that at some point all of us were going to get it because like they all work different. Like one of my mates works in schools. Yeah. One of my other mates works in like industrial industry. And he works like in pretty close quarters with other blokes, like fixing stuff. Yeah. And then, you know, one of my brothers, he was like, he's like a sales rep for Coca-Cola. So he travels to like store to store. And, like it's just,
it was going to hit you.
I figured, it was going to happen. So it was like, we kind of figured. So we all had COVID. Everyone was like out. I think everyone was in the lounge room at the time on the couch watching like a show, or maybe like that was a pretty common occurrence for those few days. And I was in my room and I checked my phone emails, and I remember like I jumped up out of my bed. It was like the most energy that I had during COVID. And I come out, fucking go partner, motherfucker. It's like, and they're all like, yeah. Like they're just like no energy whatsoever. Like they're like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, but like if they were healthy, it would have been different. But they were just there. Everyone was cooked.
Yeah. Oh man. Now, how many times had you applied?
I applied twice. So the first time, they knocked me back and they said, just if you can just keep what you're doing going. Yeah. Like if you can hit us back in another month and see. Oh, good. And like if you maintain, and we maintained, which was really cool. So, but it was crazy because like I was off for COVID. I had got partner, and then my first stream back, I did it on a different schedule, and I was back on Tarkov. So I had so I was like 150 to 200 average on everyone. I had like 60 viewers on Tarkov, and then the next stream was 45 or something like that. And I was like, I'm like the lowest viewed partner right now. Oh, fuck it. I'll play Tarkov. I don't care. Yeah. Oh, it was great. So.
That's awesome. Now, speaking of Tarkov, how did you find the game? Like, you know, everybody's path to Tarkov is a little bit different.
Yeah. So I watched Summit 1G play it one day.
Yeah.
And then I found Pestily videos on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And then through Pestily, I started watching Twitch. Before I had like an account on Twitch,
yeah.
I just watched as like, I had some other like alternative account I used to watch on.
Yeah.
And I watched Pestily, I watched a little bit of Slush, but I didn't remember Slush until like a year later. But I remember like watching him. And then I watched I actually watched Red Ops a little bit. I think I even watched Sheaf GG a little bit. And yeah, like obviously like Summit and Pest and stuff like that. And then I don't know, I didn't play it or do anything with it. And then I lost my like job building, and I was like, now I'm gonna learn Tarkov while I'm looking for this job. And then that's
it.
Kicked off. So
and now what?
But I
oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I played CS and Valorant like pretty reasonable level, like competitively prior to that.
Yeah.
So.
And now, what was it about Tarkov that hooked you?
The gunplay.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything like it. Yeah, I still think there's nothing like it, honestly. The gunplay is, I don't think, like survival aspect's cool, but I think the firefight gunplay aspect of Tarkov, when it works, without ridiculous desync and like hit reg issues and all the crap that you deal with and cheaters and all that sort of stuff, when it works, there's nothing like it. It is a beautiful thing. I don't think it's so unique. The fact that, you know, and aim really makes a difference. Like if you're good aim in Tarkov, that's what I loved about the game so much, because coming from CS, coming from Valorant, like headshots, right? So like for me, being able to just one tap people and just that be a discerning difference in a firefight was massive for me. So I fell in love with it because the gunplay, just nothing compared, man. And then like the different variations of guns and how you fire them, and and now all I use is a bolt action and I just snipe. So it's like in every situation possible. So.
But it's that for me, it's the gunplay along with how you could have an engagement with one other person for 15 or 20 minutes, cat and mouse around a map, and it's like you're drained after you get, like, if you kill them, it's a huge emotion. Yes, if you die, it's like the winds are out of your sail and you're just ready to disconnect. It just tears at you, that game.
Yeah, the highs and lows. They don't. I don't think any other game. Well, actually, I don't think I have to say, I don't think any other game I've ever played does the roller coaster so well. Yeah. It does the highs, the highest the highs, the lowest the lows.
Yeah.
Like it does that so just so bloody well.
Oh,
so
God.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one.
Yeah. And now what was the hardest thing to learn or pick up playing the game?
Sorry. My throat's still a bit dry,
That's
man.
all right.
The hardest aspect, patience.
Yeah.
I
guess
player.
From CS:GO and Valor, you're just not running, and you've got to take your time.
I mean, there's patient players in CS and Valorant too, but I've never been one. I'm an aggressive, like I'm an entry fragger, or I'm an AWPer, and I'm an aggressive AWPer.
Yeah.
Like I'll hold aggressive angles. I'll push up. I'll gain ground. That was a hard thing for me because, and I still play very aggressively, man. But like learning over time, patience, really, like when it was needed, and playing for information rather than just blindly aggressively was a definite changing point, like turning point in my success in raids for sure.
Okay. And now, what are you looking forward to Arena when it comes?
Yeah, it'd be good. If it goes well, look, it's a big if. It's a big if. I judge based on track record and character and all that sort of stuff, like everything that I've been shown, right? So what I've been shown from BSG so far is no roadmap, promises that don't come true in time. And look, there's a billion reasons why, and I'm not one of those guys who rags on the company.
Right.
I think they're amazing. I love the game. There's no game like it. I'm not one of those fuck BSG. Like I'm not. I don't care. I don't buy into any of that shit, man. I enjoy it for what it is.
Yep.
But it's a big if Arena is going to be good, and if it's going to work, and if it's going to be functional, and if it's going to make a difference, and if it's going to be like balanced and all that sort of stuff. But if it is good and they pull off what I would hope it's going to be, I will live in that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, BSG's been. A lot of people like to shit on them, and it's just like, the game they've created so far has just been fantastic. I got 1,000 hours into this thing, and
there's nothing like it.
No, and they, you know, they do care about us. They do care about the community. I've got nothing but good things to say about them. But like, come on, you need a roadmap. Just you're missing something.
I'd say what I think is fair stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't believe in ragging on them. I don't believe in like carrying on, and like I've definitely had moments where I've died to like some shit and I'm like, fix your fucking game. Like I've definitely had like I'd be an idiot and an absolute hypocrite if I like you could go back through my bonds, you'd find some shit. But in all honesty, in a calm, clear sense, I can say that absolutely they've created one of the most unique video game experiences ever. And I think there's a reason that AAA platforms talk about trying to emulate it, and people say this is a Tarkov, like, you know, or we want to make a Tarkov. Like, that's cool. That's got to be a big chip on the kid's shoulder, right? Like,
absolutely.
That's bloody unique. And I think that you know, who knows what the future holds. The game could go completely south, or the game could go bang and shoot up with arena or streets or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
What I do know, though, being somebody who isn't playing it that much at the moment and built a career basically off playing it, you need to do something soon, man. You need to do something good.
We're in this lull. Absolutely. Like, we're really, if we're thinking about it, Wipe won't be until Christmas. That's a long time to go without any significant, you know, new content coming from the game.
Yeah,
it's good thing COD released their beta to keep things a little active.
I'll be, if it really doesn't have any major changes from now until Christmas, I'll be so surprised. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll be shocked that people still like chipping away at it as much as they do. You know, by then, I already feel like it's in a massive lull and a big, like, the worst. And I've only been in the game for 3 wipes or whatever, 3.5, I think 3. I don't know, since like February 2021. So, it's the lowest. Like, it's definitely like the quietest I've ever seen it in my time.
In the quickest.
I'm not an OG or anything.
So. No, I've
and the quickest. The quickest. Yeah, the amount that it died off like so quick.
It's like I think this is my 4th or 5th.
I also think we contribute to that, though.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? As content creators, we fuck with the ecosystem of the game so much. Not so much me, but like any of the reasonably like big or like higher mid-tier people that talk bad about the game. That just doesn't like, and you don't think about it because you're just expressing your natural like how you feel about it and the issues and all that sort of stuff, and the cheaters, like, because everybody has to deal with them at some point, right? And I really hate calling cheats. I really hate doing that. But like when it's just like blatantly obvious, it's like, you know. But I think we contribute to that. I think you know, Tarkov Twitter contributes to that.
Reddit is awful. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't help, man. Because like it affects me, because you know how I know they contribute to that, because I read opinions from bigger guys that I like watch or not watch like religiously, but know of and like, you know, respect and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Like, they're not good opinions, and I'm like, it finds me like straying away from it a little bit. Like I'm a consumer, same as anybody else at some point, right? Like I think we have to be able to discern the information that like we consume and allow to affect us. And so I consciously understand that it is affecting me, but it's still affecting me.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's like
nothing worse in this game than dying to a cheater, because not knowing, like, when you die and it's like suspicious, like it just, you don't want to do another raid.
The problem is like majority of the time it's bloody not a cheater. It's just there's so many factors, desyncs, audio issues, like I don't know.
Or you just played stupid and somebody got the advantage on you.
You played stupid and you're not humble enough to be like, hey, I fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's a big thing as well. I think as content creators, like a really big rule I have with my chat is like, don't ego boost me when I die to something crazy. Like don't call cheats. Like I say, it's not cheats, guys. Like don't. Because that's not only is that like saying, hey, this sucks, there's a cheater, but like it's kind of like giving me
Stroking
letting
you.
me off the hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And bro, I'm just a fucking dude, man. I make dumb plays all the time. I mess up all the time. Like, I think a big thing of like watching elite players, like if you watch like the elite, and they die, it's like they don't understand their responsibility sometimes and this is in every game, but they don't understand their responsibility of accepting that they have been outplayed. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. And that's every game. I don't just mean like Tarkov. Yeah. But like there's so many people who will blame it on a bunch of other things. Whereas because you have such a big platform, what you should be doing is, hey, I just fucked up here. Exactly. Like, or hey, he that was a really good play by him. And like they don't understand that because that actually like subconsciously gets to viewers and stuff, man. Because then there's this culture of like, he killed him, he must be a cheater, or he must be stream sniping, he must be, you know, and it creates this toxic culture that everybody's a cheater that kills you, and everybody that's hits a crazy shot. Dude, I hit some shots sometimes, and without sounding like an idiot, I'm like, damn, I'm getting reported. Like, it just is how it is, because like he wouldn't have seen it, and not because like I'm a crack shot, but like think about the, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like the angle that I hit him at, and like he wouldn't have seen it coming. It would have been out of nowhere. It would have been a single bullet to the head. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I just got killed by a fucking cheater." Yeah, that was sus. I didn't even know where he was. But it's like there's so many factors that people just don't consider. So I hate calling cheats. And it's tough. But to be fair, if it's like a dude flying across the sky and hits me in the face like 10 times, then I'm gonna.
Or your 4-man squad gets taken out with like, you know, by the same guy in less than a second. That's like, oh, those are tough.
Yeah, it's like inhuman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like there's definitely cases for sure that I think, you know, you could be like, But I've got into a habit. I mean, a lot of the guys do it. I've only really got into the habit in the last probably, I don't know, 6 months of like, I die, I don't even show the name on stream now. Like I don't.
Because no good comes out of that.
No, nothing good.
No. Yeah. So now, do you prefer to roll solo, or do you like to run with a team or a duo?
Mostly a solo player, but I have duoed a lot in the last 2 wipes. With Train and Slush. Yeah. Them two mostly. I made the duo with Train and with Slush. But yeah, mostly solo. Previously I was entirely solo. And I had to get used to like my comms. Sometimes I've been called out. You go through some VODs of Train or Slash, and you'll find I'm talking about how shit my comms are sometimes because I'm such a solo player.
Well, if you're a solo player, and then I personally don't think any other game exposes how bad we are with our comms than this game. And
absolutely, you got to be concise as hell. Concise, brief.
And everybody has certain things. Like if you're playing with a random person for the first time, you don't know what they're going to call the red brick house, or you don't they have different names for everything on the maps most of the time.
I don't even know what the red brick is house. Red brick house is. That's what I mean. Like you saying that? What is that? Like
it's like unreserved brick. Brick tower. We call it brick tower. It's the between caves.
We call it Harry Potter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, there we go. Yeah. It's wild.
I don't know why. Somebody said it was Harry Potter one day. I called it like Guard Tower, and then somebody was like, "What the fuck is Guard Tower?" Like, it's Harry Potter. I'm like,
well, okay, so I know the story for the Harry Potter. It's from Bazinga, Jen, and I think Ames or Magpie. There was a story. I think Jen called it Harry Potter, and it just stuck for them, and it circled its way through the Tarkov community.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Crazy,
hey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Influences, man.
Yeah.
Without even knowing it.
Yep, definitely.
So good.
So now, say you can pull an all-star squad. You say the name. They're running a 5-man with you. Who are the 4 people you'd love to roll with?
I'd still say Train.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll forever back that person. She's bloody insane at the game.
All right. 3 more.
Robin.
Yep.
I love Robin's antics. He's just a legend. Pest.
Yep.
Just because I would like to play with Pest at some point. I think I did send him a message after DreamHack, and he said when he gets back from TwitchCon and stuff, hit him up. So see if that happens or not.
Excellent.
Which would be cool because we had some cool conversations. He was bloody lovely at DreamHack. He was so welcoming and so inclusive. Like it was really cool. You really don't understand how like lovely these people are until you meet them. Oh, what did I say? So Train, Pest, Robin. So am I picking 5 or am I picking 4?
You're picking 4 and you. So you need one more. Who's taking up that last slot?
Oh man, this is so hard. I'd probably still say Slush because I mean I just love his the conversations we have when we're playing are fucking hilarious. Right. But if it wasn't Slush for that, and it's people that so I'll go people I don't play with.
Okay.
All right, so I go Robin, Pest, Willers. That's 3. It's one more.
Yeah, one more.
Oh, and Glory.
Okay.
Glories, yeah.
That would be wicked. Willers, oh my god, nobody survive on that map. You guys are freaking slaying everybody.
I love Glory, Robin, Willers, all like just really crazy movement and stuff. Like they play reasonably fast paced when they need to and stuff. Like I took a lot of like when I was first learning, I watched them like a lot and learnt their play styles. Yeah. Because that's how I like to play, like reasonably aggressive at the right times and like a lot of movement and stuff, right? And then Pest because he's a legend. Like I mean, he's almost like the Godfather, right?
Right, exactly.
I would say Landmark too.
Yeah.
If I can include a 5th, I'd say just because it's similar play style again, like aggressive and fast.
Definitely.
But those guys, I probably don't watch as much Landmark as those guys. That's all.
Yeah. Very cool. And now you talked about DreamHack. So DreamHack was that your first sort of trip to a gaming event?
It was, yeah.
And how was the experience?
Mate, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah.
Sitting there and having drinks with your peers was pretty cool.
Mate, absolutely fantastic, honestly. Probably not even just drink. Like the convention was dope. Like it was great.
Yeah.
But just everything around it that we did was really cool. Like the dinners and it was great. It was awesome. I got invited to a dinner with one of like their Twitch partner managers or like somebody pretty high up in Twitch with Pest, Slush, Red, Train, Toast, and like a couple of like Pest's people. Yeah. And like Boomer, Pest's editor. Yeah. I got so upset, man. I ended up with a really bad migraine that night. I get migraines here and there. I have bad like tension headaches. Yeah. So I got a really bad migraine. I had to go home for
no.
within like the first half hour, and I missed out on like an amazing feast and like so much stuff. I was so upset. I was so embarrassed because it was like my introduction to this like these people. Like I don't know, like I'd already spent like a night or two hanging out with them, but like this dinner was like pretty big and
just focused on the team.
So bad, dude. Like it was so embarrassing.
But hey, anyways, you got PAX coming up as a Twitch partner.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be wicked.
That's gonna be awesome. What do you? Are you?
I think.
What are you looking forward to most to doing at PAX?
I was literally about to say that. I think I'm looking forward to mostly just being able to like just have beers and shake the hands of people who like, I genuinely like appreciate the fuck out of, in this online space. I think like I was really like I don't know. I've said this a lot, but like I was raised to just value like genuine, real people. So for me, just being able to meet these folks and actually just get some time with them, man. Like there's quite a few blokes and people that not only support me, but are just like other content creators and stuff that are just I really appreciate them and what they do and who they are and. Just genuinely being able to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and maybe have a beer with them and be able to say thank you because you can say thank you digitally and you can talk about them on streams and stuff like that. But it's nothing like being able to actually genuinely
shake a hand or give a hug or something like that.
Yeah, I'm big on that stuff, man. It's huge. I think I really put value into people that you want to put your energy where it's wanted and valued, right? So.
Definitely. That's going to be awesome.
These are people who have definitely valued my energy and I value theirs. So, it's going to be good to be able to finally meet them and spend some time with them. So
excellent.
And I think we got some golf we're playing as well.
Oh, no way.
Boys from OCE, so it should be good.
Oh, that should be good. Yeah, I know Slush likes to swing a club and probably going to have Red Ops out there too.
We played at DreamHack, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So much fun.
So
Red's obviously like a beast, but Slashes and I are a bit more casual, so
Yeah.
it was good.
Oh, that's good. Excellent. So now I've been on your stream a few times now. You got a good music selection. Some country music, which I was surprised at sometimes. Where does that come from?
I pride myself a lot on my music, man. I was, like I said, very, very fortunate with my upbringing.
Yeah.
A lot of different experiences. But I have a very eclectic music taste because my dad and my uncles and my family and everything very loved music so much growing up, and I was always around it, always exposed to it, and just so many different genres, everything from like the 1950s through to like the 80s, 90s, and that the cool part about it is like all that stuff influenced my tastes into, so like I listen to metal as well. Like I love like thrash metal and screamo and stuff like that, and you know, post-hardcore and things like that, and alternative. But that came from my love of like classic rock and then into Led Zeppelin. You know, it's just I have such I can't define my music taste with one genre, but my favorite band of all time is Def Leppard.
Okay.
So if that tells you anything. But yeah, like Bob Marley, Johnny Cash, like everything, man. Like I just, you know, I could rattle off a bunch of like old icons that I just listen to so much, and yeah, I love my country music. I don't like new school country that much. Like I don't enjoy the put on like poppy, like, pop sounding country stuff. Like I don't like that stuff. I really love Alan Jackson. I think he's one of the best songwriters in country music ever. I really like Zach Bryan. I think he's doing the folk country thing really well. And, like, he speaks a lot of truths. Luke Combs is pretty good too, but some of his stuff sounds really commercial, so I go away from that.
Borders,
Tyler Childers, stuff like that. Like just the more like real raw like folk stuff is really, really dope to me. And Alan Jackson and Johnny Cash. But like it goes back to rock as well, like the Beatles, Elvis. UB40, Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, Def Leppard, Led Zeppelin,
excellent,
all the way through to like the heavy, like you go into that into Metallica and all that. Like you know what I mean? It just all goes different routes. And like my taste is just all like real eclectic.
Now, if you like the behind the scenes stuff, there's a great podcast by Rick Rubens called Broken Records, and it is so good because he had they were talking about Beastie Boys. I had no clue he was a DJ for the Beastie Boys that were on tour with Madonna, and he ended up getting sick, disappeared, and they didn't know where he went, but he ended up turning into Rick Rubens, the music producer for the Peppers and everything like that. It was just so cool.
Yeah, I knew he was a DJ for the Beastie Boys. I didn't know about the sick. Yeah, that's cool.
And then there was another one with Tom Petty's daughter that basically he was totally an accident that he ended up in the Traveling Wilburys. He was just with, I don't know if it was like Bob Dylan just going to pick up his guitar somewhere, and they asked him, hey, why don't you come hang out? And then that's how he ended up in the Traveling Wilburys. It's like, I love that shit.
Hey. Yeah. That's Tom Petty. Cool. Oh, yeah, Bob Dylan, there's another one. Like, stuff like, I listen a lot, man. I still listen to like newer music and stuff as well. I love my hip hop and stuff like that. But I would say if I had to pick a like music that I listen to the most and that I always go back to, it's the stuff I grew up on. I have a playlist that everyone in my stream, like most of my community, they follow it. They I get asked daily about it from anyone new who comes to the stream, but it's called Mum and Pop's Raised Me Right, and it's literally just everything I grew up with. And it's like, and I add to it all the time because I always get like, what will happen is I'll be listening to stuff or I'll have a conversation and I'll remember a song that I listened to like growing up a bit, and I'll be like, oh, fucking that band, holy shit, I remember all this stuff. Like I'll add all that to the playlist, and
that's excellent.
It's always great. Music is a big deal for me, man. I'm big on, like, I really feel it, you know. I really I'm a big on like art evoking emotion, you know. So I'm a sucker for songs that make me feel things, man. And
what was your what would you say has been your favorite concert you've ever been to?
That's actually a tough one. I've not been to heaps, surprisingly. just trying to think. I think this is gonna sound really cheesy, but I think one of the best live performers I've ever seen is Ed Sheeran.
Oh, really?
And like, yeah, like
okay.
that dude live is actually amazing. I've been to like a few metal, like a lot of metal shows, which are awesome. But I think like pure musical talent, live on stage, ability to work with the crowd, voice, just overall as a performer.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran was like one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. It's just amazing, bro. Like his live performance just really knows what he's doing. Like really feels what he's doing. Like he really is like in the moment. Like he's not just this, you know, fake.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have like all this production and stuff. You know what I mean? He's just a real performer. He really puts on a bloody amazing show. I've seen him a couple times.
Yeah.
Childish Gambino is another one.
I've heard. Yeah, he's good.
He's amazing. That dude just like blacks out and loses his mind when he's performing. It's fucking amazing to watch. It's hard not to get fired up. Like, he's incredible. Cool. What else? Parkway Drive's amazing. I've seen them like 3 times, but they're like metal. They're sick. I think I would have to say Ed out of all the ones.
And he interacted good with the crowd. He didn't just play the music.
Yeah, I just think like naturally without like all of the I guess the bits and bobs you could say. Yeah. Call it like production value. Yeah. Just him. If you could take away everything and just have him and a guitar, and he just kills it. Like I just think he did such a great job. He really is like a true performer. Yeah. And it actually stems from his story as well, because like he treated it like a day job. He played like pubs for years and years and years, every single day. Like he was just in a new pub playing, and you can tell.
Oh, cool.
He's bloody master of his craft. The whole 10,000 hour rule definitely applies to that man. So.
Oh, very cool. And now I noticed you got some ink on your arm. Is there a theme you have going, or just a bit of everything?
It did start as a theme, but now I just love it. I love art. I like creative expression. So this is just I got a few tattoos. I've got a few more obviously planned in the future and stuff. But
what's your favorite one you have?
This one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really like it. It's an eagle. Nice. All my stuff's done by the same artist.
Yeah.
But, I really rock with this. And then this one here, Vienna. It's my favorite song of all time. It's the Billy Joel song Vienna.
Oh, okay, cool. And then your other arms looks like a lot of floral, or.
No, it's a bit of everything. It probably, I don't know if the lighting you can see, but probably everything is like. There's a fair bit of like floral in there. Yeah. But, it's I don't know. It's a bit of everything. It's got some roses, got some bloody leaves, some branches, some animals.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all neo-traditional, man. They actually all have like a story to them.
Yeah.
It's like
well, that's what it should be. It should mean something to you. Very cool.
So.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. But definitely want to get some more.
Excellent. All right. So we've come to the end. I thank you so much for doing this. But before we go, though,
it's been a blast. Thank you so much for having me on.
Dude, it's been a wonderful conversation. But before you go, you need to call out somebody as somebody who should come on Tarducks, who has a good story in your circle.
I'm gonna say. I would say Train, but I called her out for the last podcast.
Don't worry, she's coming on. Blitzer Girl called her out already.
Okay, you good? Yeah, cool. I'm going to say somebody who I actually met at DreamHack who's been like really bloody lovely and really super cool and just, I don't know, just overwhelmingly nice to me.
Yeah.
Since I met them at DreamHack. Do you know KiKi? She does like the text to speech. She did the TTS and like all the announcements for cool. Pestily during his Starlight stream.
Oh, okay. All right. Perfect.
Yeah, she's been really nice to me. Like I met her at DreamHack at the Fortress like meetup thing. Like a whole bunch of Twitch creators were there. I met a bunch of people. And yeah, she's been like super duper nice since bumping into her. So, just really down to earth. Really cool creator. So,
all right, there we go. KiKi.
I would say KiKi.
We're coming for you. Absolutely. All right. Well, Coltz, thank you so much for doing this, man. It's been wonderful to hear your story and very nice to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you, man. Thank you so much for having me on. I really really appreciate it. Thank you so much.